How often do you find yourself on social media and come across a post that seems too crazy to be true? How can you tell if something shared on social media is fact or fiction? What about when you're listening to the news with your parents? As 21st century citizens, we need to be able to distinguish between facts, fake news, marketing, and propaganda. So, the main discussion question here is, how do we decide what news that we see, hear, or read is true? Do we, as digital citizens, have a responsibility to stop the spread of misinformation, disinformation, and fake news? Our objective for today is here. It is the standard A63. So what you'll be able to do at the end of this lesson is follow ethical and legal guidelines for gathering and using information by evaluating information for accuracy, validity, social and cultural context, and appropriateness for need. So for example, figuring out if something that you've read is true, valid, if it's accurate, and then if it is, should you share it, right? So the skills we'll touch on today in today's lesson are lifelong skills. You'll use it not only when you're on social media, but also when you encounter news on the radio, a podcast, or television. Being able to discern whether something is real or fake, whether it's important, information-based, or if it's meant to persuade you to buy something, do something, or vote for someone. That is a skill that will protect you from misinformation in the media for your entire life. This is not just something you need to learn for school. This is something that will absolutely protect you and make you a better citizen. So I've gathered a couple of resources for you. These are a couple of videos about how you can fact check the internet by MediaWise on YouTube. There's also an information or a video on fake news, how to spot it, how it becomes not just fake news, but then also news. It's a very interesting video. The main three questions I want you to ask yourself when you come across some information is, who is behind it? What's the evidence? And what do other sources say? So this is a really good infographic. You can download it, save it, print it out if you'd like, keep it in your binder. There's another information video here about navigating online information. I think this is really interesting. It's from John Green. He does Crash Course. He's also an author. You've probably read his books. This website is all about being media wise. So it's how to sort fact from fiction. There are different ways here that you can look into, how do you trust the news articles that you are actually reading. This is a really cool little infographic here about the historical timeline of fake news. I mean, this is not something that's new. This has been going on for, as you see, thousands of years. It's all about disinformation and misinformation and propaganda. Another really cool website is this one. This goes over the CRAP test. Yes, get your giggles out. It's CRAAP. So currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. So that also goes back to this infographic here. It's just a few more questions in there that really will help you dig deep into the information that you are reading. This is an entire resource list of how to research and cite your information. I'm not sure why it's not loading. There it goes. So everything that you would need. So there's free, pretty much everything's free here. A lot of really cool tools here. Media Smarts is a really nice website. It is Canadian, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It just kind of goes over, how to spot fake news, what kind of fact checking you can do, things like that. And then the Cram is a website that gives you daily scoop on what's going on in language that is more understandable than maybe some of the news outlets that we have for, aimed towards adults. So, like, this was today's, talks about coronavirus, talks about canceling SATs, things that are happening because of what's happening in the world today. So, to be determined, to be determined, to be determined. So, everything's up in the air right now, but this is really interesting, quick way to get the news. It's in language that's pretty casual, which is fine. You can sign up for the newsletter here. There's all sorts of things on here for you. Oh, I already did that one. Sorry, guys. So this is what I want you to do. We're going to find a news article that has come out within the last couple of days, and let's use some of these resources to figure out what is going on.